FEI never made a statement about this. They never commented on the fact that he was under investigation for so long, but they just continued to let him ride. Probably because they know that there's really no excuse for their lack of action. It's almost as if there's so many pro riders getting exposed on a daily basis that FEI doesn't even want to talk about it, because then they'd have to admit that there's a serious problem within the organization. Hey bitch, and welcome back to another video of me talking about people I hate. Today, we're talking about Andrew McConnon. But Raleigh, this is a month overdue. I don't care. I'm not letting this story die. All of these pro riders that get exposed for horse abuse, they expect there's going to be a lot of backlash for this for the first week or two, and then it's all just going to go away and nobody's going to care. And I really hate to break it to you, but I am not going to let these people get away with it. I'm just not. I'm not going to let it die. If you deserve to be called out, you will be called out on this channel. But before I get into this video, I just want to say, you guys, I'm currently decking out my background with fan art sent to me by you guys, and I'm going to be opening that fan art at the end of each of my videos. So if you would like to send me fan art for my background, it's going to be available probably only for the next couple of months until my whole background fills up. That PO box is going to be down in the description below. You can also shop any of my artwork, clothing, etc. It's going to be orbitingbeast.com. Not to mention, definitely follow me on Patreon or members, you guys, because I post tons of horse training videos, which we're starting back up again this month. But let's get into it. Andrew McConnon is a U.S. professional horse rider. He was exposed for abusing horses back towards the beginning of September. I want to say it was around September 7th when videos of him hitting horses in the head were leaked on multiple social media platforms. The videos are pretty disturbing, but what else do you guys expect from pro riders? This is how they all treat their horses. I talked about this on my Patreon in a video where people were asking me questions and I was answering them about why I dislike pro riders so much. And the reason I do is because these people are not real equestrians. These are people that pay to ride at high levels because it's something they like doing for money. These people are not true equestrians. They're not doing this because they love horses. They're not doing this because they're good people, that they really care about their animals and the quality of life. These people are competing at high levels because they're selfish and they're paying to be there to do these things because these are rich people activities. Oh. No.
Let's see that in an instant replay. No. No.
Pro riders, especially the ones that go to the Olympic events, pay anywhere from $300,000 to $1 million a year to be on these professional riding teams. They're basically paying their way into a high level of a sport. There are significantly better riders and better equestrians that are better than pro riders in almost every single way that do not compete at professional levels because they just don't have the money to. So do I think that pro riders should be the ones idolized in the equestrian world? Absolutely not. These people do not care about horses, and neither do the organizations that govern them. USCF, USEA, FEI, these organizations do not care about animal welfare at all. And honestly, the most hilarious thing about this is it gets exposed time and time again with every pro rider that gets called out, because Andrew was reported by multiple people in his inner circle a long time ago, several months ago, and yet all of these organizations that he was reported to still allowed him to compete while he was under investigation. Why? Because they don't care. They only ever did something about it when the videos got leaked to the public, and it forced their hand because it made them look bad. So just a big PSA, if you know a pro rider who's abusing a horse and you have any evidence of it at all, leak it, post it publicly. That is the only way that these organizations are going to actually hold these riders accountable, because it makes them look bad. If you just report these pro riders to FEI or USCF or USCA, they're not going to do anything about it, which is so blatantly apparent when it comes to the Andrew McConnon case. Horse and Sport posted an amazing article on this. It goes on to say, concern is growing about how long the U.S. equestrian governing bodies knew of horse abuse allegations against eventing rider Andrew McConnon. It emerged yesterday that the 38-year-old has been under FEI investigation for several months following an anonymous report to USCF on May 12th, followed up by evidence on June 12th. But the investigation was kept under wraps until yesterday, September 9th, when USCF and USCA were forced to make statements because videos of Connor were going viral while he was currently riding at the Burghley horse trials in the UK. What's even funnier about this is not only does Andrew know that he's wrong, and he deleted his website, I think he deleted his social media, I'm not entirely sure, but he should. FEI never made a statement about this. They never commented on the fact that he was under investigation for so long, but they just continued to let him ride. Probably because they know that there's really no excuse for their lack of action. It's almost as if there's so many pro riders getting exposed on a daily basis that FEI doesn't even want to talk about it, because then they'd have to admit that there's a serious problem within the organization and that they actually have to start doing something about it, which they don't want to do because all of these pro riders are paying millions of dollars to be pro riders. Again, these people are not equestrians. They don't care about horses at all. But USCA and USEF did post a statement. The most hilarious thing about this statement is they didn't even title it to talk about the Andrew McConnon incident, which would pop up in any sort of Google search about the abuse. And the reason they're doing this is very sneaky, but they're doing it because they don't want this statement to be found in search results if anybody's searching for Andrew McConnon. But they essentially go on to say the standard bullcrap that all of these organizations say when they get caught red-handed. Things like, we love horses, we care about animal welfare. Don't believe anything that these organizations try to say or feed you. Every single organization knows that their pro riders abuse horses. Perfect example, when these pro riders get called out, FEI and US Equestrian refuse to change their bios or even delete their bios. There's nothing on Andrew McConnon's bio on US Equestrian that suggests that he's currently under investigation for horse abuse, that suggests that he is an animal abuser. Nothing. Same thing with any other pro rider that gets exposed. They don't change their pro rider bios on their website to reflect the fact that they've been disciplined or called out for being an animal abuser. And that's just wrong. It's their way of trying to clean the slate so people forget about the abuse over time. We cannot let these organizations keep pushing abuse under the rug and hoping that people forget about it. Do not even try to go through the organizations to report these people. Just post it publicly. Whatever information you have, expose these people left and right. These people do not deserve to be around animals. It's like I say all the time, and it's like I will keep saying, pro riders either abuse horses themselves or they know that abuse goes on and they're complicit in it. No pro rider should be idolized. No pro rider should be looked up to. So that's all I had for today's video, you guys. Definitely don't forget to send me any fan art for my background, and don't forget to check out my Patreon or members. But I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.